to go over week 10 this week, but really, this is for week 11, or 11 weeks pregnant, and I will be 11 weeks on Wednesday, but I wanted to get this up a little bit early since I didn't get a video up last week. So I'll go over things from top to bottom. We'll go over symptoms. Thankfully, I think my morning sickness is finally passed. I still have a little bouts with nausea when I eat something, but I'm not waking up miserable, just sick all day. So fortunately, that's over. So we're just counted as week 11. Morning sickness subsided. Other than that, same thing as far as fatigue goes. I'm still very sleepy. If my daughter would let me, I would sleep all day, but she is not giving me permission to do that, so I have to get up and start my day and do everything that I need to do. I do have insomnia. I haven't been able to go to sleep at night, it takes me a really long time to fall asleep, so I can climb into bed at around 11, and I'm still laying awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, I'm sure it doesn't help that I have to get up and go to the bathroom throughout the night, but I'm not crashing in the bed going to sleep. I'm really exhausted, but I'm having trouble going to sleep. So if anybody has any ideas for that, let me know. I haven't tried, decaffeinated tea or anything, but if you have any ideas, please let me know for that. Cramping, I'm still having that. Some days it's worse than others, but there's nothing else accompanying the cramping, so it's just cramping. So I'm pretty sure that I'm fine. I do have a doctor's appointment on Thursday, so I will bring it up, but I really think, everything is okay there. The frequent potty breaks, I went over that already. I'm starting to drink water by the gallon, so I just have a big gallon, which is a good thing. So I hope you guys are drinking your water, getting lots of water. As far as health wise, the things that I'm doing is I'm eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. I'm eating a lot of oranges. I'm just craving that. I like to eat the orange slices really icy cold, so that's been a nice little treat. Of course, still taking the prenatal vitamins, which, let me see if I actually have the bottle. 1 second. Okay, looks like this is it. So you can see what it looks like. Vitafusion prenatal gummies. So, I'm starting actually not to like them now. I guess my taste is changing. So now I want to go back to just swallowing a pill and getting it over with. But I'm pretty sure they taste fine, but I'm just starting to not like them as much anymore. Other than that, I've also been craving bananas, and I'm not really craving water, but I'm drinking a lot of water, so that's good. The only sweet thing I'm craving is Cocoa Pebbles, so I have 5 boxes of that in the cabinet, and I'm eating that, probably 2 bowls a day, which maybe is a little weird, but I am doing that. Let's see. The baby, I know for week 10, the baby is supposed to be about 0.14 ounces, and then I think this week the baby will be about 0.25 ounces. From what I've been reading online, it's week 10 the baby's the size of a prune, and then week 11 the baby's about the size of a lime. So that will give you kind of an idea of the size difference, just from one week to another. I know for week 11, pretty much all of the organs are developed in the baby, and they're starting to grow fingernails and toenails and little teeth buds, and I think that's pretty cool. So I wish I could see all this detail in a little ultrasound, but I still haven't gotten one yet. But like I said, on Thursday I'm going to beg for one, and I'll let you guys know how that goes when they'll give me one. If push comes to shove, I'm probably going to go to one of those little ultrasound places and see if I can get one. I did call a place, and they said the earliest they'll do it is 16 weeks, so I would still have to wait, but we'll see how that goes. Weight gain, for trimester. It's okay if you don't gain a lot of weight. It's even okay if you lose weight, just not a whole lot. Um, you know, you're probably going to be sick. Most people get morning sickness. They're not holding down a lot of food, so it's normal if you lose a little weight. But you also shouldn't be gaining a lot of weight either. I think the most weight you want to gain is maybe about 6 pounds. So if it's a little over that, you just want to, watch what you're eating. If you're hungry a lot, just try to eat, stuff that's low cal, or try to eat, fruits and vegetables. Try not to eat a lot of fried foods, burgers, stuff like that. Which I've definitely had a burger or two here and there, just because it was something that I was craving. But just try not to overdo it. Try to be healthy if possible. And I think that's it for most of the pregnancy stuff. I did want to go over a couple of questions that people were asking me about hypnobirthing and home birthing. So hypnobirthing, I do not know a lot about. I am going to start working with a friend of mine who is a teacher in hypnobirthing. So she's going to give me the rundown of it. And the more I learn about that, if you guys are interested, just let me know. I'll do some videos like dedicated to hypnobirthing with just some of the stuff that I'm learning. But from what I understand, it's basically techniques to help you deal with the pain of labor without any drugs. Now, having felt that pain and experienced that pain before, I don't know if I could do it. The first pregnancy, I did have an epidural, which I think it was just because I really wasn't prepared for that. I knew it was going to be painful. People were telling me, oh, it's going to be like, your period times 10. You can't even, to me, put them on the same level. It's not the same. Obviously, for those of you who have not had this is your first baby, it's not that bad, obviously, because I'm doing it again. But it can be painful, for some people, maybe more for me than it might be for you. But it's not that bad. So, but I did get an epidural, like I mentioned before. I do want to be open to home birthing, so I am going to learn more about the hypnobirth. I was hoping to maybe do a waterbirth this time. I'm really excited about learning more about it. So the more information that I get, the more I will pass on to you. But from what I've heard, if you're going to do a natural birth, a water birth is the way to go. Apparently, if you're in the right setting where you have, maybe an ice bath with warm water jets and things like that, that helps with the pain. Especially, you're going to be with a midwife or a doula that's going to put you in the right positions to have an easier birth. Whereas, with a traditional birth, or I don't know if it's traditional, but a regular hospital birth, like what I had, you're pretty much on your back, just pushing, and it's not a very natural position to be in. Now, I didn't have to push very long. I was fortunate in that respect that I think I maybe pushed for 15 minutes and baby came right out. But I think maybe it would have been easier or less painful if I would have been able to walk around and try different positions, maybe get massage, something like that. But anyway, let me wrap this video up because it's getting kind of long. I can see that I'm almost at 10 minutes. So if I think of anything, I'll make another video. But other than that, I'll talk to you.